This is Bailey. We're right on the waterfront here. And let me turn the camera around. Video, there was no audio, so there was something issue with the cordless mic. So if you're not getting audio, let me know, and I can unplug it. So anyways, this is downtown Fernandina Beach. We're on the harbor here. So what I'm basically going to do is I'm going to show you the waterfront area. Then we're going to walk down Center Street, which is really the main street in downtown. So this is, of course, Fernandina Beach, at least the downtown part, is on the bay side, the river side of the island. The beach is, hey, good. So I assume you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. But the beaches, you know, the ocean beaches, the Atlantic Ocean beaches are just a 2-minute drive, you know, the other way on the ocean side. So, but downtown sits actually on the bay side. But if you look right over there, those are the cat boats, which we're going to show in the video. I did that yesterday, a 2.5-hour cat boat tour. That's cat boat backwater adventures, because they go into all the backwaters, Georgia and Florida. We're right on, pretty close to the line here. They might have 3 different tours that come in here. And I say that because this morning when I was doing drone shots, one was coming. There's actually 3 ships here at the same time. One was coming as one was leaving. Oh, sound is buffering a little bit. Okay. I think it might be a Wi-Fi issue. But, hello. Yeah. So anyways, American Cruise Lines has 2 different tours. They have one called a Florida Rivers Tour, which is one of those boats. And what they do is, both these ships are week-long tours, but the Florida Rivers goes down the Amelia River that way. And they start in Jacksonville and they end in Jacksonville. And in the meantime, the mix stop, of course, here and a few other spots down the river. And the other cruise ship, which I think you see over there, hey, good to see you. Is that Del Noah? I couldn't see what the name was because I'm looking in the sun a little bit. The other, they're both American Cruise Line ships, but their other cruise goes up the Atlantic seaboard. It goes up to Charleston, Savannah, and I think a couple of stops even north of there. Again, they're kind of expensive cruise lines. I think they're about like $10,000 to $12,000 for a week tour, but the advantages of them is they're not very crowded. They only have, I think, about 100 passengers, if I was told correctly. So it's kind of a luxury cruise lines. They're all over the country. In fact, in 2019, I was trying to get their Mississippi River boat filmed with the drone, and even in Washington State, they got a cruise that goes up down, what is that, the Columbia River, up in, that separates Oregon and Washington. Now this is Brett's Waterside Cafe. This is probably more of a breakfast lunch place, I'm thinking, because, hey, let me see what you're saying. Oh, yeah, I didn't see that, read that. It looked like you said you're in Amelia Island there. But I came through here in the afternoon and this place was packed. It was pretty lively. Oh, here we go. You're on Amelia Island natives, so excited to see you visiting. Don't miss, yeah, those comments don't stay up there long enough for me to read them all. But anyways, on this side of Brett's Waterside Cafe is Amelia River Cruises, and we did that a couple of days ago. Both that and the cat boat went to around the same area up north. If you look north over there, well, I believe that's Cumberland. I'm not sure if I can see all the way to Cumberland, but anyways, Cumberland Island is that way. And then Cumberland Island is in Georgia, and we're on Amelia Island, which is Florida. Fernandina Beach, if you're headed down I-95, Fernandina Beach will be your first exit as you enter into Florida. So all of you who go down to Miami, Fort Lauderdale, you may have just passed that exit, not even knowing what Fernandina Beach is or Amelia Island. Well, now you're gonna see. In this video, you're gonna see. It's a great place. I want to liken it to Anna Maria Island, but it's different. It's not like Anna Maria Island, but it's Cumberland Island is beneficial, especially. Oh yeah, unlike Anna Maria Island, this has some big corporate resorts, you know, like the Ritz-Carlton. So there's a lot of differences, but I guess the reason why I liken it to Anna Maria Island, it's kind of another hidden gem, although Anna Maria is not really so hidden anymore, and neither is Amelia Island, because they do get crowded. Now, their prime season starts March, which is tomorrow, I believe. So that's, in fact, really starts off with the car show, which is next weekend, and then that's when it really gets busy here. I thought about filming. Oh, here we go. Oh man, I missed the comments. And I just got into a shade where I could read them. Let me point out a real popular restaurant that everybody loves is right over there. It's called the Salty Pelican. And now I'm going to show you some great little courtyard cafes. So hang with me on this one. This might be about a 30-minute video, but we're going to walk around downtown a little bit. So that's called the Salty Pelican, and they're always highly rated. Really good reviews on their food. What we're going to do here is we're going to walk down Center Street, which this is Center Street, and then we're going to go along 3rd Street and 2nd Street where some of the eaters are at. So this is right on a working railroad here. You'll see a train go by every now and then. This is kind of near the end of the train lines, but there's pulp mills, paper mills. In fact, that's kind of the big joke about this place. Is a big touristy area, but it's between two big paper mills. Oh, here we go. Cumberland Island is beautiful, especially with wild. Yeah, you know about the wild horses. And I was trying to see that second one. I've been to Florida, so hopefully that comment will pop back up there. This is, well, I don't think it is a train station anymore. It used to be an old train station that's now is a visitor center. So this is where you can get all kinds of good information. And important fact, the restrooms are here too. Oh, one thing I want to mention about Fernandina Beach, a big plus is parking is free. And I believe it's pretty much free everywhere. Downtown, the beaches, you don't have to pay for parking on Amelia Island. Now, if you enter like a state park, a Florida state park, like Amelia Island State Park, that's a Florida state park, your fee is $6 per car. Includes up to, I think, 8 passengers, or if you're just by yourself in a car, it's $4. So very reasonable, but parking is free. And you know, in the week I've been here, I haven't had any issues in parking, but then again, I'm here about a week before it starts to really get to be prime season. So huge plus. Yeah, I wish the comments would stay on there longer. I'm sorry if I'm not reading them because I want to interact with you also. Maybe they'll pop back up again. So that's a big plus about Amelia Island. And another thing I like about the East Coast compared to the West Coast, a lot of these beaches you can drive on. Now there's about 3 beaches on Amelia Island you can drive on. 2 of them, it's limited to Nassau County residents. But the 3rd one, which is Amelia Island State Park, anybody can drive on, and it's $2. I mean, you can't beat it, and you're gonna see it in the video. We got a lot of good footage, both driving on it and biking on it. So, let me explain. This is Center Street, and Center Street and 2nd Street. We're gonna take a little detour down 2nd Street, and then go up 1 block, because there's some really good restaurants that way that I wanna show you. And then we'll come back to Center Street. But let you take a look at Center Street. It's just a gorgeous tree with oaks, and we're gonna walk over there in just a bit and I'll show you. There's plenty of benches and kids riding bicycles, and it's just a great place. Lots of shade. So let me walk over here. There's some great, I checked all these out earlier, so I know where I'm going. So hopefully I won't waste your time, but I want to show you some cute little courtside restaurants. There's this one, PGDS. That's not one that I really wanted to show you, but I'm walking by it, so might as well. Oh, here we go. There's a huge plus, especially Tybee, $4 an hour. Hey, Tate, good to see you. Tate there, if y'all don't know, he's with the Savannah Bananas. He's gonna get me in to see the Savannah Bananas when they're in Tampa. So that's gonna be featured in the Tampa 2025 video. Now this is Scully's Irish Pub, but let me show you this cute little courtyard they have back here. And they have a little dartboards you can play. So they got dartboards there. And a cute little court. Now at nighttime, many lights light up. In fact, nighttime, this area really starts to get. Amelia Island, it's the demographics is probably more older people. It's not to say that it's all older people. You'll see younger people here too, but generally, the majority is older people. And in the evenings, a lot of them who live on the island. Oh, here we go. Really nice strip from downtown to Main Beach via Atlantic. Yeah. Yep, and I didn't see that last comment from Tate there, but it'll probably pop up again later. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, Hofbrau. Yeah, I'm going to show you that Hofbrau Amelia. I just found that place just like a half hour ago. So yeah, we're going to stop in the Hofbrau, that German beer garden place. Indigo. I don't know what this one. Oh, this is a restaurant, but it doesn't look like it's open. But there's one on the end that's really popular called the Boathouse. Yeah, so last night I was here in the evening, all of a sudden, like right around sunset, it started getting crowded, you know, and nobody's really watching the sunset. And I wonder, what is it? What it was, it's the older people coming to eat. A lot of them who live on the island or have long-term vacation rentals on the island, they come to downtown to eat, even though there's restaurants all over Amelia Island, but the real good ones are in downtown. Yeah, this is the Boathouse right here. Now, this starts to get busy as it gets later in the evening. They have these mini lights. Last night, Thursday night, about like around sunset, this place was packed. So don't look at it and think, oh, it's dead. It's just because they really come alive. When I think what is the older people don't like to be too hot, even though to me it's not hot. It's very, very comfortable. I'd say about 70 degrees right now. So we're gonna walk here 1 block, so bear with me, to 3rd Street. And then there's several really good outdoor eateries on 3rd Street. So this is my last day of filming here. It's gone very, very good today. Oh, look at this. Just look at this cute dog. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah, of course, Bailey with her sunglasses have been getting the looks all day. Oh, here's another dog. Yeah, this other thing I want to mention, Amelia Island is very dog friendly. So there's a cute dog right there. She wants to say hello to Bailey. Let me see if I can. Oh, yeah, I did see that comment with Hoffer. I'm going to let Bailey see if y'all can see that. But Bailey's saying hello to somebody. Yeah. You tell her where you've been, Bailey? Yeah. Yeah, as I was, thank you.
Looking good.
Yeah, so as I was saying, it's very, very dog friendly. Oh, here we go. Cute doggies, yeah. So Amelia is a great place for German food. Beer right there. Yep, we're coming right close to it. You'll see what she or he is talking about. Here's a good place for sushi. In fact, where the dog was, that's a sushi place. So nice little outdoor area for eating. It's called Akari Sushi. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Oh yeah, and I want to point out too, across the street here. This is, they got a lot of nice little bed and breakfasts here. This is a restaurant and I think a lodging place. So you can eat here too, food, lodging, and spirits. But yeah, so the architecture here, I kind of say Amelia Island is kind of like, it's got a New England flair to. Oh, here's the Hofbrau. This is what we were talking about, the German beer garden. Yeah. Well, I forgot what the word was in German. Prost. Yeah. Has any place in downtown stuck out to you? Yeah. I mean, I think in general, just the trees, the beautiful courtyards. So, yeah, so this beautiful beer garden called Hofbrau Amelia, and a nice little, again, just because it's empty, I think a lot of people are inside, but if we were to walk through here in about an hour, I think you'll see the majorities, because you can see the string lights. Yeah, it is. It's very pedestrian friendly. Very pedestrian friendly. Yeah, so I think a lot of the people who here know the area, they like coming here at dusk, you know, because then they enjoy the ambiance. Because a lot of these places have mini lights and their courtyards. So here's another little good rustic kind of a place. It's called the Green Turtle, and they have live music, you know, when it's real busy or like on weekends. But it's kind of a rustic place with picnic tables. You see the stage in the back for live music, ping pong table there. And and that's the Green Turtle. Kind of reminds me of, God, what's the place? Postcard Inn, St. Pete Beach. All the license plates. And first, more of a touristy place or houses. No, there's houses, it's both. A lot of people live and work on this island. So it's not just a touristy place. A lot of people live here. In fact, as I was just saying earlier, there's pulp mill. It's kind of famous for having these, you know, you got all these touristy, nice areas, and then you got these big, ugly pulp mills on both sides of downtown Fernandina Beach. But, you know, the pulp mills were here before this really became a tourist town, so they just don't want to go and move them. Green Turtle is basically famous here, one of the few places openly. Oh, that's good to know. Yeah, if you know stuff about this place, because, you know, I don't. I've only been here one other time. This is, I'll let you know what this place is. This is on the corner of Center Street and 3rd. Now we're on 3rd Avenue. This is Mezcal. Mezcal, I think is the name of it. So, nice little open air place. So let me show you what we missed. This is Center Street. So we kind of went around 2nd Street, went over a block, and now up 3rd Street. So I'll just show you a little bit of what we missed. It's a gorgeous downtown, plenty of benches, trees, lots of shade. You know, you got your typical gift shops, tea shops. But my favorite restaurant, eatery, is over here. As you know, I like the counter-serve eateries, and that is one thing. I'll show Bailey as I'm talking. That is one thing that this place is probably lacking. Bailey's sporting her orange glasses. Of course, orange is because she's a Rocky Top dog. She's a University of Tennessee fan, and I'm a University of Georgia fan for Bella. So we support both of those SET teams, and I live in Florida, so I also kind of root for the Gators too. So, but Bailey's got her orange on. Oh, let me show you. Turn this around. This is a Mediterranean restaurant. I mean, I don't see anybody sitting outside, but I know I love Mediterranean food, so if you like that. But the place that I want to show you, there's a couple really good places here. And yeah, as I was saying, they don't have many counter-serve eateries, but this is one right here, and it's great. Let's see, Green Turtle. Oh yeah, the area looks amazing at this time. Oh yeah, you're very welcome. This is Timothy's, called Timothy's. I ate here on Monday. It was all cloudy on Monday, so, but it looks much better now. But you go inside and order on the inside, and then they have a nice little area out here to eat, or you can eat inside too. I think there's dining inside. And then you have a little playground here for kids. So again, this is my favorite because I like my food quick and good and fresh. And that's this place. They're getting highly rated, especially for a counter-served eatery. You can get all kinds of stuff, good mahi, tuna, oysters, lobsters. So it's really, really good. Timothy's. And then next to Timothy's is this place called Duck Pens. So this Duck Pen, it's a small place, a little bar and grill, but it's got a bowling alley. Yeah. And so yeah. So what do you all think of Duck Pens? Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Your dog is so cute.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, you want to say hi, Bailey? Yeah.
He is so cute. I want his goggles.
Yeah. Is she wearing the goggles?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, good. Yeah. Yeah. So there's only 4 lanes, but it's a nice little quaint place. A nice little patio out front to eat on. Oh, from Yulee. Yeah, good to see you, Chris from Yulee. Yeah, now I am going to show one place in Yulee. Bailey. Yeah, Bella was my previous dog. It was Bailey. But I am going to show. Oh, and what's the name of this restaurant? Yeah, Caribou. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, this is another. In fact, this was on my list, and I did film it earlier. It's Cafe Caribou, but it's spelled with a K, Karibo. So I'd say those that I just passed are probably the most funnest place. And here's a couple more dogs. Hello. Cute dogs.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. They have this little, you travel to the East Coast and a lot of Florida, but with our cat. Fun. Yeah, cats are probably easier to take care of. I got a cat I leave at home. But they have this chalkboard here, before I die. Some things you want to do, like travel abroad. I don't know how often they write those in, but that's on the side of Cafe Caribou. And this is Gregor McGregor's. It's a mini golf with, I believe it's a restaurant too. I was trying to see where the restaurant is, and I think it didn't look like there was a whole lot. This might be one of those places that's more popular in the mornings and in the afternoons. But I believe up there is like a little, I don't think it's a big fancy restaurant, but it's a restaurant with a mini golf. All right, well, let's take you back to Center Street. Oh, yeah, and so let me talk about the resorts. I'm staying at the Omni Resort, which is one of the nicest. It's really nice. But I mean, I'm staying with a friend. In fact, the friend that we met at the Atlanta video. If you've seen the Atlanta video, we met a family there, and she stays here for a couple of months in January and February just to get away from Atlanta. And she stays at the Omni. She just loves it there, and I can see why. So I filmed the Ritz-Carlton too. They have a car show here, as I mentioned. It's a big car show. I believe it's either the first or second biggest car show in Florida. It's massive. And I thought about filming Fernandina Beach during the car show, but I figured it'd be better to do it when it's not the car show, because it won't be as crowded. When the car show's here, it gets pretty crowded. But the car show starts next weekend. In fact, you start seeing the big rigs bringing in some of the fancy cars. Hey, Felicia, good to see you. Yeah, now I can read the comments here. So we're headed back to Center Street. I'm going to show you the rest of Center Street. So as I was saying, I filmed the Ritz-Carlton too, and of course, being I'm at the Omni Resort, I filmed that. And the Omni, to me, blows away the Ritz-Carlton. The Ritz-Carlton, has these nice palm trees, but to me, it's kind of bland, whereas the Omni has trees all over the property. They have these trails to bike and walk and hike, and a beautiful lake, nice restaurants, few restaurants on property. It's just, to me, the Omni is from what I can see, the Omni is a far better place than the Ritz-Carlton. So we're back on Center Street. I could do a dedicated video on car shows. It was a wild time for Fernandina. Yeah, I'm friends with the guy who puts on the Lakeland, Florida car show, which is pretty big too. That's, I think, like about the fourth biggest car show in Florida. And he comes to this car show, so I know a little bit about this car show and how big it is. But Shrimp Fest. Oh, thanks for reminding me, Hunter Ellis. Yeah, Shrimp Fest. I want to mention that on the video. Shrimp Fest happens. Amelia Island has a lot of great festivals. I mentioned the car show, but Shrimp Fest is another big one. And I think, I don't know, maybe you can let me know, like, when is Shrimp Fest? Of course, this area is really known for shrimp. Like Maine is known for lobster. Well, Fernandina Beach is where they really have some of the best shrimp in the country here. So we're passing 4th Street. And this part, I've driven through here, but I didn't walk through here earlier. So I'm learning, just like you are, what these are. And I've filmed this big church-looking building with the drone, but I don't know what it is. So we'll walk over there. But Fernandina Beach is very pedestrian friendly. And then on the left side, this is the Lesney House. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. A classical revival style residence built by John Lesney in 1860. One of the oldest homes in Fernandina Beach. Was left during the Civil War area. There's a lot of history here, and I'm going to get into that. I'm going to try to do it in a fun way. There's Fort Clinch, which is, you enter it just down this road. This road, if you go all the way, then this leads you to the beach on the Atlantic side. Hello, hello. And I believe it's about 2 miles to the beach, and it's Main Beach. They call it Main, M-A-I, Main Beach. Here's some of your other restaurants up here. I'm gonna go one more block, and then we'll go back. I think I've shown you the majority of the really good. There's a couple other really good restaurants, but I've shown you, I think, most of them. Yes, so Main Beach, Fernandina Beach is 2 miles that way, but just before you get there is the turnoff to Fort Clinch. And Fort Clinch is on the very north part of the island. Oh, let me show you this restaurant. Peppers across the street. Yeah, so if you have any questions now, I can pay attention and read the questions. So this is Peppers, another nice little outdoor eatery with a TV, so you can keep an eye on some sports. Baseball, yeah, it's baseball season starting. And this is a church across the street. Oh, I passed the donut place. I'm on, well, I may show you in a little bit. Oh, okay. What is the street you're on? Want to check it out on Google? Yeah, it's Center. It's spelled C-E-N-T-R-E. Center Street. And that's the main street in downtown. So basically, the majority of your popular spots are either on Center or 3rd. 3rd Street runs perpendicular to Center Street, and that's the one that we walked down and showed Timothy's and those other restaurants on 3rd Street. So yeah, Center is what I'm walking down. And Center runs east to west across the island, so kind of like was Duval Street in Key West. You see 2 main streets now. Yeah, I think Center is really it's not called Main Street, although it ends at what's called Main Beach. But yeah, Center runs all the way to the beach areas. And if you weren't with me at the beginning of the video, as I was saying, parking is free. I love that, because like Siesta Key, I love Siesta Key, but boy, they really jack you up with the parking. $20 a pop. There's a nice little, Tasties. Yeah, there's Tasties restaurants coming up here. You can see the little water tower way there in the distance. In fact, I wanted to film that with a drone. I did film that with a drone 4 years ago, so if I don't get a chance to now, I can use that footage. But pretty much everything else I shot is all fresh footage from this year. We shot some great stuff, or I shot some great stuff. Bailey didn't film anything. She's a little lazy. Yeah, so this is a Tasties. This is another restaurant that is pretty popular. Oh, they have burgers. So it's in a old vintage type gas station, and and this is one that was on my list. So I'll show you the menu real quick. So it's a counter served. Yeah, so that's good to know. So that's another good, if you're like me and looking for good counter served restaurants, Tasties is another good counter served restaurant. And this across the street, this is the Hoyt House, a historical house. So that's about, you can kind of see in the distance, way over there is the paper mill. So you can see how far that is from downtown. You know, this place always gets the complaint that it smells because of the paper mills, which I did 4 years ago. I remember smelling it, but since I've been here this week, it's smelled just fine. I haven't smelt the smell from the paper mills. Oh, and next to Tasties. Oh, you are on Google Maps. That's cool. Yeah, so next to Tasties is Mason's famous lobster rolls, and that's this place here. So, Mason's famous lobster rolls. Yeah, so we'll walk back to the ocean, and again, if y'all have any questions, but you can see the tree. I love the trees and the moss. Although I don't think it's moss, though. Somebody was telling me that it's not actually Spanish moss. If any of you know, that it was called something else, but this stuff, you can buy this in Walmart, but here, you know, you can get it for free. Although it's technically not moss, but. So there's also the Historical Museum, which I went to this morning. You don't want to go on Friday mornings because when school is in, because they may have some loud kids in there like there were this morning. But then I went back in the afternoon and filmed what I needed to film. Oh, yeah, I couldn't see that last comment there.
Love your
Trend
dog,
science. Oh, thank you. So the Historical Museum is in a jail, a former jail. So it's pretty cool. And I think kids will like it, even though kids might not be into museums, but there's enough fun, interactive, pirate type stuff and things. And you'll see on the video, I had some fun with Bailey on it. So the boat tours, you know, I wanted to do a sunset boat tours, but I did Amelia River Cruises, and their sunset boat tours start tomorrow. So, and I'm going to be back in Tampa editing this video by tomorrow evening. So I'm not showing you a sunset boat tour, but I'm going to show you plenty of good sunsets as well as some awesome sunrises. Of course, we're on the East Coast, so this is where the sun rises over the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, but it sets over the river. So we've gotten both good sunrises and sunsets. So let me move over to the shade so I can read your comments if you guys come. They often wrap all the trees down. Oh, they wrap all the trees, I think with white lights. Is that what you said? Oh, so this is the Nassau County Courthouse. Yeah, that's what it is, the big tower looking building. Yeah, I meant to find out what that is. So that's the Nassau County Courthouse. Of course, Nassau County is the county just above Duval County. And our video, this video, we're going to start really in Jacksonville, not downtown Jacksonville, but Paradigm I use Adobe Premiere. Thank you. Yeah, I do Adobe Premiere, but golly, what's the other editing for that? Smoky Mountain Family, Eric edits on. Evolve, I forget what it is, something like that. But if I were to start over, I would probably use that system, but you know, I already am familiar with Adobe Premiere and I just haven't had the time to learn a whole new program. So I forget what I was talking about. So again, we're walking back down Center Street, back to the harbor. Yeah, here's a tavern, Amelia Island Brewing Company Tavern. I'll maybe just pop in there real quick and show you the inside. I just want to do a shot. Yeah, and then they also have a little courtyard kind of out here, inside the windows here. So you're kind of on the street, but out of the elements. Jacksonville, yeah, that's what I was like, thank you. Yeah, so this video is going to start on the outskirts of North Jacksonville. I'm going to actually start at the St. Johns River Ferry. You know, when I did Amelia Island as part of the Jacksonville video in 2020, and at that time the ferry was down for a month or 2 months for maintenance. So how would you compare these beaches, Anna Maria Island, St. Pete? Yeah, the difference is Anna Maria Island, Treasure Island, those are more beautiful beaches by far. I mean, the watercolor is way more beautiful than it is here. The watercolor here is a little on the greenish side. Now if we wait a couple of months, it might get a little more bluish, a little more turquoises, but it's not going to look like the beaches of Tampa Bay. So the beauty of the beaches, yeah, the Tampa Bay beaches get the plus there, but the access to the beaches, you have much better access. Again, on Amelia Island, there's no parking, easy access to the beaches. Even when it's crowded, it's not, yeah, you know, they do complain here when it gets crowded, but it's not crowded like Tampa Bay crowded, you know, or Anna Maria Island crowded. That's crowded, you know, so you can usually find a spot on the beach. And again, here, you got 3 beaches just in this county that you can drive on. You know, and how cool is that? You just drive, especially if you're handicapped or just have physical issues. You just drive right on the beach. I mean, it's the coolest thing. Again, you have to be in Nassau County for a couple of the beaches here, but on Amelia Island State Park, anybody can drive on that, and it's just like $2. I mean, so that's to me, that's the coolest thing. And going down to Daytona, there's a lot of beaches around Daytona, same thing, where you can drive on. So that's the plus to this side of the coast from Amelia Island for the clear. But yeah, and the sunsets, of course, West Coast, you got the sunsets. Here you got the sunrises, but so those are pluses. I like them both. You know, I like the waves. You know, the Atlantic Ocean's got the waves. You know, some people like the more milder waves of the Gulf Coast, but I love big waves. So the surfing over here is way better. You know, so it's both. I think, you know, go to both coasts. But yeah, if you're just looking for beauty, yeah, the west coast of Florida has got the beauty, the white sand beaches. And most people like the white sand beaches. I kind of like the more golder colored beaches, you know, maybe just because I live on the west coast. But and again, I just like if I were to live, you know, just have my pick live, I would probably want to live on this side of the coast, just because you have easier access to get to the beach. It's not as much of a hassle as it is in Tampa. So we'll come back to the marina here. And oh, I want to point out, they have these trolleys going out where you can do a little tour. And then they also have these little, kind of like a horse and carriage, but it's not pulled by a horse. It's just a little mold. Oh, I love the white sand. Yeah, it just varies. Like I said, I may say that just because I live on the white sand. So you know, maybe I take it for granted. Yeah, it is more beautiful. And I know that most people would prefer the white sand. So yeah, the beauty of the beaches, the west coast has got. Now, the east coast is good. You get a little further south, Cocoa Beach, then you're starting getting some beautiful waters. And then you get into South Beach, Fort Lauderdale, Miami. Yeah, then you get into some real nice turquoise waters. And of course, we're going to be doing Key West again. But I'm probably going to do that in the fall. We're going to have a massive Key West and Florida Keys video. So you prefer golden beaches too, yeah. White sand. Yeah, that's the other thing about the white sand. It reflects, you know, it's kind of harder on your eyes. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I like the golden sand better, but I know I'm in a minority there, so I think most people are going to prefer the west coast. Yeah, so yeah, if you weren't listening early, there's two, they're both American cruise lines, and one of them is called the Florida Rivers Cruise, which it starts in Jacksonville and ends in Jacksonville, and then it makes a couple of stops along the way. And then the other one goes up the Atlantic Ocean. It goes up to Savannah, Charleston, and I think a couple of stops even north of there. So that starts, I think that starts in Jacksonville and goes up, or starts at the northern point and goes south. But whereas this Florida Rivers Cruise starts and ends in Jacksonville. So yeah, you know, actually the other one may start and end in Jacksonville too. They may just go up the coastline and then come back. So I don't know, but I do know that they are American. They're great cruises there, but they are some of the more expensive cruises. It's a more luxury type cruise than say Carnival, just because they're smaller. They don't have as many people, so they're not as crowded. So anyways, I've been talking a lot. I'm gonna go film. I got a great spot for the sunset. I've already had two great sunsets, but there's a place called Walker's Point that my friend is at, and so I'm going to go over there and try to film the sunset from there. So anyways, this video should post. I'm going to race back to Tampa and try to get it done in about 8 days, so I'm hoping to post it next Sunday, not this Sunday, but the second Sunday in March. And then after that, it will be time for thank you there. Yeah, or is that Rachel? I couldn't see the name. But and then it's time for Tampa 2025, and that was Tate, who's, I don't know if he's still on, but Tate's getting us in to see the Savannah Bananas, and apparently I think we're gonna have some player interviews, so that's gonna be really fun. I'm gonna be jacked up about that. Oh, hey, Lori. Hey, Bailey And let me show Bailey. Bailey, Lori says hi, one of your biggest fans. Your big superstar there. Yeah, there she is. Yeah, so then in another 9 days, I'll be getting started on Tampa 2025 videos. Of course, the Tampa videos are always a big video. So good to see you, Lori. So anyways, from the east coast of Florida here at Amelia Island, downtown Fernandina Beach, thank you all for watching. And I hope you all are doing great wherever you are. Thank you, Felicia. Felicia says hi too, Bailey. You're a superstar, Bailey.